Some may be offended, but where is the lie? How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about New York City's brand new mayor, Eric Adams, already finding himself in some hot water due to some controversial comments he made about quote unquote low-skilled workers. Now, before I get into the video, before I get into my take on it, I just want to say this. I'm no fan of Eric Adams, not at all. I don't know him personally, obviously, but his policy, I'm no fan of. He is in favor of the vax mandate. He's talking about possibly having a booster mandate for city employees. And when he was running, he said he's going to be kind of tough on crime and getting New York City back to the way it's supposed to be. But that was false. What would the cool kids say? That's cap. and how y'all say? It's false because the new DA, Alvin Bragg, has promised to be soft on crime. You're not going to prosecute most crimes. No more 20 to life, just 20 years only. Just, a guy that's pretty much going to have New York City go back to the 1970s, maybe back to the Stone Ages. And Eric Adams said that he's pretty much in lockstep with Alvin Bragg. So I'm no fan of his personally and his policies. However, what he said here about low-skilled workers was right on point. Now, before I go any further, let's roll the clip. In this clip, you'll see and hear Eric Adams talk about low-skilled workers and his case to really support them. But after we get done watching that, I'll come back. I'll talk about what he said there. Then I'll give you my 2 cents and my deep detail analysis. And then I'll wrap it on up with a nice bow on top. So without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
January, February, March, April, 4 months of not having this business patronized, not having a restaurant patronized, not having business travelers come here to the city to go to our hotels. That is going to be devastating for our economy. And I don't know if my businesses are sharing with their employees. You are part of the ecosystem of this city. My low-skilled workers, my cooks, my dishwashers, my messengers, my shoe shine people, those who work in Dunkin' Donuts, they don't have the academic skills to sit in a corner office. They need this. We are in this together.
All right, so you saw that, you heard that. Now, again, as I said from the beginning, where is the lie? Nothing he said there was false. Now, I need to back up a little bit to explain, to give some context here. He was talking about businesses that have closed down and are only doing remote work. Okay, so if you normally had foot traffic and you're getting business that way and you're doing remote work, that's going to hurt a lot of low-skilled workers because, okay, if you're flipping burgers at McDonald's, is that a high-skilled job? I mean, just yes or no, is that a high-skilled job? It's not even about people being offended or anything like that because I've had low-skilled work for sure. I'll talk about that a little bit later, but flipping burgers and making donuts and shining shoes, are these high-skilled jobs? I don't think so. And people need those jobs. He was speaking about those that rely on this work. You got a lot of good, honest, hardworking people that have low-skilled jobs. And it's unfair to them to keep a business shuttered so they can't make money doing that anymore. And not only them, but even the restaurateurs, the owners, and anyone else, the actual employers are being hurt as well. But definitely the low-skilled people that take those jobs. That's just what it is. Now, nothing against somebody that has low skills, but this kind of ties into the whole minimum wage argument because people say, oh, we need more pay, fight for 15. We've kind of eclipsed 15, but they still want more, but that's a different story. And I'll move on. The whole point is that people want more money for doing less work and for doing easier work. They want to climb the money ladder, I guess you would say, the economic ladder, but they don't want to do the things necessary to be able to climb it, right? You got to improve yourself and improve your skills. That's how it goes. And some people may be offended when he said the whole corner office thing. So it's kind of a class issue. Oh, you work in the corner office and this guy is shining shoes. That means the corner office guy is above the shoe shiner. It's not even like that. It's about you have to do certain things to get yourself to that corner office or something else. You don't have to have some kind of white collar job. You could do a blue collar job and make plenty of money. I know guys that have been to the penitentiary for many years and came home and started a plumbing business, making six figures, traveling the country, got to do merchant marine work, traveling the world, right? And these guys have been to jail and everything. So this whole thing about, oh, well, I got a felony on my record and I this and that the excuses are what keep people on a lower level. And a lot of times you have low skilled jobs to start working. Like when I first started working, I worked at Old Country Buffet. Matter of fact, before OCB, I worked at Sam's Club, and it was a spot called Garden Ridge. I was like 16, 17, like in high school doing that. And then I did Old Country when I was like 17 to 21. So that's like the end of high school. And then when I was in college, right? So I did that. And my peak money at that time was $8 an hour. And I left that job in 2000 and what was that? 2007? Yeah, 2007. I left my restaurant job. I was 21 or 22, something like that. I don't know how old it was. I was in my early 20s, put it to you like that, making $8 an hour. But it was fine. You know, I'm living at home with mom. I'm paying her a little bit of rent money. I got my little car and, you know, I could take girls on dates. That's all I really cared about at that time. It was a low skilled job while I was getting higher skills in college. And then when I graduated, I started doing my graphic design thing, which is also kind of low skill, but that's a different story. Anyway, I started doing that, but I made more money, had my own business. And now I'm doing this. And somebody could say, hey, man, you talk to a camera, that's low skill. Hey, that's fine. That's totally fine. Okay. But I think his whole point is that people that can't get other work, that can't really do anything else at this moment, they don't have the skills, they may not speak English very well or whatever it is, they need that work to be able to survive. Okay. See, that's not me right now at my age and my skill level. I could do other things, but that's not everyone. And that's okay because everyone can't be skilled. Everyone does not have that. And to kind of talk about another thing here that kind of relates is gentrification. That's happening in New York City. That's happening in places like Atlanta, Georgia, all over the country. And to speak on Atlanta, because I'm not far from Atlanta, I'm about like an hour and a half from Atlanta right now. The issue with Atlanta and the poverty is that you got a lot of people, a lot of black folks especially, and other races too, they flock to Atlanta because they think there's going to be opportunity there, a lot of jobs and whatnot. But see, there's a gap between the jobs that are available and high paying and the skill level of those who are coming. I was saying this the other day in one of these Twitter spaces. The young lady was kind of getting upset because she's a hairstylist. And I'm like, hey, there's only so many hairstylists, graphic designers like I was, personal trainers, data entry. There's only so many of these people that can come to Atlanta before there's not enough work for them to do. You need to have higher skills, better skills, different skills. Okay. You don't have to be some kind of blue collar guy with a suit and a tie and a briefcase and Stacey Adams on your feet and all this and that and the third, driving a Range Rover or whatever. You don't have to be that particular person. You could do other things. Okay. Try being a plumber, try being an HVAC welder, a carpenter, try being one of these, a lineman, a truck driver. These guys make plenty of money. These guys make well into the six figures often, especially right now. You can't find a truck driver to save your life. These guys are getting paid plenty of money. Now, is it a low skill job? I don't think so. Driving a truck, that's not a low skill. We see what's happening right now in Virginia with the road being snowed over, iced over, trees on it. If you're driving an 18-wheeler and something like that, that's very dangerous. To drive an 18-wheeler in general is not a low skill job. To go up on the line and fix the power lines after a hurricane, a snowstorm, or tornado, that's not a low skill position. You have to be able to do things to get to that particular place to make that money. Hard work, dedication, sacrifice. That's what it's about. So what he said there about low skilled workers was not wrong. Okay. It was not wrong. And you should be able to have businesses open back up to give these low skilled workers the ability to continue to make money, to continue to feed themselves and their families. That's the way it should be. And if they want to get more skills, we live in America. There's opportunities available. You can go to truck driving school, get your CDL. You could go become an apprentice, become an electrician. You can do these things in America, okay? But everybody's got to start somewhere. And somebody may have had a hard break in their life or whatever the case may be. They're in a low-skilled job for that particular time. They may even have high skills. But the fact of the matter is what he said was 100% correct. Now, going back to the whole thing about vax mandates, Eric Adams, you might be able to have these spots open back up if you don't have all these vax mandates floating around, just maybe. And then also booster mandates, you're kind of working against yourself on that point. If you really want to have everything be back open, if you want to have foot traffic return, how about rescinding these mandates? That might help you a little bit, just maybe. But as I close, I want to say this. Shout out to Eric Adams for at least partially being right. Now, his other policies obviously are no bueno. I can't rock with them at all. But on this, he's correct, okay? It ties into the minimum wage argument. It ties into people not being able to get jobs in a quote-unquote gentrified place. It ties into all that. Some may not like what he said because he was pretty straightforward and direct, talking about low-skilled and low education, but he's right. You can fix that if that's you. You can fix that. Okay, just like me. I was working low-skilled jobs. I even had low-skilled career. I mean, I'm low-skilled right now, and to a certain extent, because anybody can get in front of a camera and talk. Well, not really, but you understand what I'm saying. The main thing you got to do and focus on is hard work, consistency, and dedication. And in America, unlike anywhere else in the world, in my humble opinion, but in America, if you do the right thing and focus, you can make it. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? How do you feel about what Eric Adams said? Was he right? Was he wrong? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys pretty much know where I'm at. I think that there is a space for people that have low skills, people that have high skills. And in America, unlike a third world country, you could start with low skills and then increase to high skills and your money will go up. Your status in America, in society will go up. You can do that here. You can be whatever you want to be here. That's why everybody in the world wants to come here, because they know that. We should all embrace that fact as Americans. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.